Okay, I have never played Blossom Tales before. I don't know very much about it, other than that it is heavily inspired by A Link to the Past, which is my favorite Zelda game. So I'm excited to check it out today. We are doing a 24-hour stream, so if you're watching this in the future on YouTube and I seem super tired, we're in like hour lots. We're pretty far into the stream so far. But I'm heavily caffeined up. Just ate some food. Grandpa, Grandpa. Told you he'd be asleep. He's always asleep. Grandpa. No grandchildren. What a nice surprise. Apparently this game's on Switch. It's done pretty well. But the brave elf boy lived in a magical land called a million times. Grand Kingdom of Blossom. This charming kingdom lived a young girl named Lily who enjoyed a quiet, peaceful life with her grandpa. Very special day for our hero. It was much more special than a birthday. Some days only come once in a lifetime. Hey! The opening is just like Link to the Past. She kind of looks like Link's Awakening in some ways. It's super quiet right now. I might try to adjust the audio settings in a sec. Love you, Grandma. Let's try that some better in my ear. Oh, it's because the indoors are quieter, I guess. Coins, not rupees. Do you like that? You heard the story about the magical elf boy from the land of Hyrule? No, yes, millions of times. About like Grandpa explaining what's happening. That's cool. Shops have great items for sale. Yeah, the music getting quieter when you go in a building is very Link to the Past as well. Ooh, this is Lost Scrolls. Disciple of the Rose in the Blossom Castle. To my friends in the kingdom were sneaking out of the castle because they get kidnapped by thieves, boiled by witches, or worse. Yeah, very bright colors. It reminds me of a mix of Link's Awakening, Minish Cap, and Link to the Past. It's a cute game. Treasure chest hidden across the kingdom, finders keepers. This cowl make it look chunky. Wrote down my thoughts on scrolls and put them on my robe. Oh, I found one of your scrolls. Here you go. Number of scrolls still out there is 19. Okay. Like the big clouds, too. Or transparent when you go under them. Knight of the Rose. I feel like indie games disproportionately feature women protagonists, and I think that that's awesome. Like, the rest of media is still not doing super great with that. More little girls can see, you know, a little girl knight hero, and that's really awesome. Not that there's anything wrong with, you know, stereotypically feminine things. It's just frustrating when men are always seen doing stereotypically masculine things, women are always seen doing stereotypically feminine things in video games. Movies, TV shows, books. I get it as a lot as a male homemaker. People are weird about it. Like, what if that's what I want to do with my life? Instead of sir. We just discovered a portal stone. If she activates another one, she'll be able to teleport between them. Ah, I see. I like that the grandfather's story is like a framing device for the tutorial. Explain what the buttons are. Just in time for the ceremony. Should we have the new queen or something? Not exactly. Dub the Dame Lily. If you say so. Sir Lily. Oh, the story changes based on the kid protesting. That's awesome. That's like Princess Bride. You are now a Knight of the Rose. Sweet. Knight of the Rose? Cool! That's really nice. I like that they have a different text box, too, for the grandpa telling the kids the story. Wizard guy is huge. Dungeons are infested with rats and need to be cleared out. Really? Great! Hallway left the library. Cool. She's got a spin attack. Cool. This game is cute. I gotta get the Schmegasus Schmoots. Wait, what's his name? I think he said I should meet Sage the Mage. Yeah, Sage the Mage. He's very wise. A name like that. D&D trope campaign would be fun. This armor wasn't so hard to take off. I have emergencies. Yeah, I know. Like, do it totally sincere. Fight the power. I entered the cold dungeon, unaware of the dangers that lay ahead. Gasp. Oh, it's a switch. Sweet. It's a potion. Anytime reaching into your bag and drinking it down. Of course. Like we were saying, so many DMs have moved on from killing rats in the cellar of the tavern that they It might actually be fun to do a treatment on it. Bandits. Ouch. It's the most stereotypical opening to a tabletop campaign. Or a video game. It's cool, fourfold though. Chris Perkins, the lead DM at Wizards of the Coast, jokes that you should never start with tavern rats because you're never going to get to your cool dragon fight. So if you have a dragon fight in mind, that should be your first adventure, not the tavern rats. Roundhouse Lee had to hold out her sword and release after building up energy. Slashing during the roundhouse. It's a pretty cool attack, jumping strike. Her shielding up with the arrows. Thanks, Lily. Chris Perkins is in charge of making the rules for D&D, and he often says that you should break them. Hearts, thank goodness. This game doesn't make a beeping noise when you're almost dead. Appreciate. Though it does make sure that I stay full on health. Interesting. I like the colored lighting in this game. Yeah. It's nice to know, I just don't like when it goes constantly. Another portal stone. King of the Rats. Aw, cute! Dangerous Rat King will be Lily's first real challenge as a knight. Make a fine meal for my children once I blow you to smithereens. Oh, it's like, So you can't pick it up when I have this sword, maybe? Oh, I see. You can't. Like a boss in Mario 2 USA. Sweet. What's in the big chest? Bombs! Nice. My science teacher says explosives are dangerous. Rightfully so, Chris. This game's storytelling method reminds me of Princess Bride. I like it. Oh, bombs use energy, like, Link Between Worlds. Very nice. think I prefer that to consumables. The rat king curiously entered the secret doorway. She's in a bathroom? Crocus' secret lab? Awful note. Feeling Crocus' evil plan. Crocus is like 4 times the size of all the other NPCs. He's a bad guy. What? Well, this game is supposed to be kind of silly.
Oh my god! Although actually it was sort of obvious.
I think I like this game's story way better because of the narrative framing device. Crocus' evil master plan. Do not read unless you are me. Soon I will finally be powerful enough to cast a sleeping spell on my foolish brother. With him out of the way, I will amass an army in the wastelands and use it to launch an assault on the kingdom. Flowery throne of Blossom Kingdom will be mine at last. This game's cute. This would be a good intro to Zelda. Never played a Zelda game. The subjects will soon bow down to their new wizard king. Well, that's the king is getting frozen and teleported by the boss instead of it being a princess. Cool. Lily is dead and the king is cursed. Why, Grandpa? Why? She can't be dead, silly. The story just started. Like the little girl is Lily, which is the same name as the granddaughter. What a jerk. Future Arcanum rests on your shoulders. 3 sacred ingredients found outside these walls. We can make a legendary potion that can remove the curse. Task is far too dangerous for a new recruit. Stay here and continue your training. Oh man, she's not afraid. She must go to, let's see, I think I forgot. Because I can go wherever I want. Golem's Haven. She'll find the first ingredient for the potion. Fairy Clover. Got it. Pendant of Courage. Maps updated. I feel like this game was really designed to be played in handheld mode on the Switch. It's working just fine on a giant monitor with a high resolution, but I bet it would look really good in handheld mode. South, looks like. Everything's very clearly visible. Hey, I can cut the grass. Good job. Yeah, it opens with a Zelda joke. Apparently, grass cutting was absent from the original build of Ocarina of Time, and the Nintendo testers got really upset. He's hurt. Gameplay is a royal lawnmower. I wonder if we could make a whole game out of that. Just playing off on the joke that Link cuts a lot of grass. Surprising what you could make an entire game out of. Actually feels pretty good in this game, cutting the grass. Generally like her attack animations. Like she does like a combo, and she can attack while moving, which Link cannot do. It stops his momentum slightly to attack. I really like that jump attack too. It's cool. Sorry, butterfly. Archaeologists. There are ancient wonders all over the kingdom. Okay. On our way to Blossom Castle, when the wizard Crocus cursed the king. Oops. Of course I can destroy those signs. Shouldn't be shocked. Oh, I can collect mushrooms. That's cool. Sorry, butterfly. Yeah, for sure. Closed. Come back later. Really like the sword mechanics in this game. Link to the Past is like my favorite Zelda game, and I think I like these sword mechanics better. Just feels right to be able to move while sorting. Hey, it's a Zora. Shmora. That's been a pretty fun feature of the Indie Ganza. We've played a Ninja Gaiden game, Castlevania game, and a Zelda game. To smell the game. On the dock waited an old druid on his boat. What's up, old druid? Yes. Thanks for the raft, man. Good looking out. Zelda's one of those games that I feel like inspires almost every developer out there. Maybe not as explicitly as this one, but... Something is wrong. The druids are under attack. This is almost Zelda's Lullaby. Both sound quite terrible, but I can change the story based on what the kids want? Oh, I like it. Golems brought to light by dark magic had arrived to destroy the druids. That's pretty awesome. I really, really like the Princess Bride idea. That's such a cool idea for a video game. I hadn't thought of that. It's a neat way to give some agency to the player. You can't really do it with a movie. I mean, you can, but what's cool about it in a video game is that then you can influence what the storyteller is saying. I played the very first Mario and Luigi game. I don't know if that was Superstar Saga. I beat it. It was around when it first came out, though, and I remember nothing from it at all. I just remember that you play as Mario and Luigi. I don't even remember the final boss fight's like, the core gameplay's like. I do like that series, though, in principle. Every battle is a custom minigame in a lot of ways. Cool. Is there an agreed upon best Mario and Luigi game? I do like that different enemies seem to have a unique drop that I want to get 20 of. First one. I think I'm trying to remember. I do remember. Is there a plumbing level in the first Superstar Saga? Like, Mario Brothers never actually plumb. Last places where fairy clover still grows. One must watch carefully and listen to the tones, not hack away like a fool. Druids have defected. These druids smell like old monks. Sing me a song. Cool. There's a 3DS version? Huh. They, like, remaster it or something? Probably wants those red feathers. Like the finest arrows in the kingdom made from griffin feathers that fall from the sky. Collect feathers for me and I'll share my profits with you. Okay. Interesting. I think I played the GBA version. It had to be when it came out, so I don't remember anything from it. It was so long ago. Oops. Spooky spiders! We did do Paper Jam. Oh, I meant I played. Thank you for checking. I meant that I played the original Superstar Saga back when it first came out, before I started streaming. That's why I don't remember too much from it. We did Paper Jam for launch week. That was back when I was still playing 3DS games that were on launch. Oh shit. Just playing on the GBA version then. It's really easy for me to stream that. too. Very rectangular bomb explosions. Tell exactly which part it's affecting. Shit. It's the not Deku tree. Tree Lord. Treat your hair long before your kingdom came to be. Wicked Outsider. Beans. Next auction maybe this week, depending on what game wins the vote deadline after FTL on Tuesday. If it's one from a viewer's slot, then it'll trigger an auction. Oops. I'm excited to try Talos Principle. Ooh. Corrupted Tree. Yikes. I need more Portal-like puzzle games in my life. Happy to help. Tree friend. Figure out what that does. A little log like Lost Woods. I dig it. Evil Druids! Because when you turn evil, your costume looks way cooler. Spiders! Closed. Come back later. I like how Lily looks just like the granddaughter of Lily. She just happens to have a sword and shield. So that was the entrance to Runestone Temple. 8 knights were already there, but they couldn't get inside. There was a trick to getting the stone door open. Does it look like we're inside already? Less talking, more swinging. We'll figure this out soon enough. That's not soon enough. Mage of the Black Rose. No one stands a chance to get to the Disciple of Crocus. Shit. All hail Wizard Crocus. Simon Says. Hey, first dungeon I guess technically second dungeon. Power of ancient magic emanating from the walls, giving life to the long dormant stone creatures. Drop away floors. More on guards. Hey Raker, good morning. Where are you? Stone creatures, the second dungeon. On it, Aki. Very nice. I like that they're just sitting there attacking the door nonstop. Shit. I went to go check if it was sortable. Probably was. Hey, cool. Another scroll. I wonder if there's one of these in each of the dungeons. Yeah, no worries. Been out of phase, right? Oh, cool. I hope those aren't the normal Zelda enemy. I hate that enemy. Anti-fairies, I think they're called. Can't kill them. Bubbles, that sounds right too. They're similar. They may have been called by both names. You can put magic dust on them and turn them into fairies. The only real uses for the magic dust, outside of a couple side quests and Link to the Past. Walk right into that shit. I can't tap the walls? What? Alright. One of my favorite things. I remember when I figured that out as a kid, I felt so proud of myself. God, when you hit the walls, it makes a different sound. I don't think the game ever tells you that. I think there's ever like a pop-up. Hey Ben, you back? Can't tap the walls, can't pet the dogs. Why even call this a video game? He's so hungry. So not yet, this is still snuggle time. He's gonna start begging for food in a few hours, so. To see me feed him breakfast. Oh, I love you too, Ben. Very cute. Now you're sitting on the right analog. Unfortunately, I don't need it in this game. It's like Link Between Worlds. I have a stamina meter. So I think is the right way to do it for most of the Zelda items. see if I can turn the cat cam bits in here. So. Oh, so furry. Today's the day when you feed him early. I know, right? He has infinite persistence. It's really interesting. Resurrection flower. Oh, okay. It's a fairy. Got it. Potions. How many of those do I get? Okay. Bomb type thing. Interesting. I'll make exactly the same sound. It did lock me in here, which means I have to be able to solve it with my current tools, right? Now they all make the same sound. Is it 23 is number 1? Classic Zelda puzzle. Yeah. It's a very important, very important element of game design. Locking the player in a room. Especially when you're teaching them a new ability. Very important. A lot of early games didn't really realize how important it was. Easy to think that you didn't have the right tools. Locking you in tells you I can definitely do this, otherwise they wouldn't have locked me in. Right, exactly. Outsider will one day submit me. Okay, I'm just now getting used to the bombs. They work a little bit different than I would expect. They, you automatically throw instead of carry. To press and hold the button in order to carry. Only had to release 5 more tree spirits. Guy's kind of cute looking. These are friendly robots. Looks like the meter regenerates more slowly if you let it empty. That seems right. I might get a chance to bounce. I got the key. Open. I don't know how long he's gonna sit there, but. Perfect. The dream. Totally calculated. Oh, jeez. I don't know if the chain part hurts me on those things or just the ball at the end. Okay, chain hurts me too. Thought I'd check. Is this, Oh, it's puzzle. That's cool. It's similar to a Machinarium puzzle that we're doing recently. Thought it was going to be the tiles were going to come to life. Games should not soft lock you. Usually locking you in a room should mean the developer knows that I should be able to do this. Sometimes you get locked without realizing it. Super Metroid is like that. You fall down a cliff that you can't climb back up. You might not even notice that it happens. But make sure that you don't leave the ensuing area until you get all the upgrades necessary to climb back up that cliff. Yeah. Oh, it can be a mistake for sure. Usually I assume that it's on purpose first. It's usually a quicker path to the solution. You'll find out pretty quickly. Hey, that guy's a link to the past enemy as well. I really like that jump attack. It was very satisfying. So sleepy. Oops. I gotta remember how the mechanic works. Another scroll, maybe? Oh, heart piece, sweet. The second one. Right. Ball and chain soldier guy. And I'm surprised this is comfy for you. It's basically sitting on top of the controller. So I think I just looped around, right? If I hit the red crystal, it would probably change something in the center room. Or maybe that was a pit I could throw a bomb into. Hey, thanks, Raker. Appreciate that. Oh man, that was like 20 bucks. Cool. Thank you. Or more. Thank you very much, Raker. I do have a key. That was the main reason I went that. Destroy the trespassers with fire. Okay. Actually not sure how long I can keep it in the air. I might be able to hold it indefinitely. Okay, that changes how I use it quite a bit. Yeah, I don't think it blows up until I throw it. It doesn't start the countdown until I let it go. That must be why it's, if you tap it, you throw instantly. Stem, come back. First try. We get bow and arrow? Yep. Perfect. Now a threat to our enemies even from long distances. It does eat long messages, yeah. Yay for not consuming arrows. I love it. Big fan. This is the correct room to do something that requires me to use the bow and arrow. Yep. Sure does. Sorry, Ben, I had to move my hand very briefly to scratch my eye. It's like, how dare you? I was comfy where your hand was. Never move it. Slave. Wait, what are you referring to, Anna? No. The fan game? Those guys go down easily with fire. Oh, I can kill them with that. That's good to know. Yep, they drain your stamina and your hearts, so they are anti-fairies. Bubbles or whatever. Interesting. Yeah, absolutely a possible bug. Can 100% happen. Yeah, I'm just saying that that wouldn't be my first assumption if I had a door locked behind me in a game. Aw, Ben. That was very cute. Oh, I see. It's that puzzle. Even though that was possible in the previous rooms. Can I use that to burn these? I can. Nice. FG. Oh, I see. GameCube on its back. GameCube on its stomach. Regular GameCube. There we go. I dig it. Oh, I like fire burning. Hi, Ben. I like fire arrow and burning, burning vines. This is a fun puzzle design for me. Because you're likely to discover the fire arrow thing if you didn't already know about it, just from all of the enemies around here that expect you to use the bow and arrow. You got stuck with the current puzzle. I remember being really proud of finding that. There's the one you fight Agnem, right? Very beginning of the game. Well, I certainly got stuck on some really stupid stuff. Okay, this is just the room where you're supposed to figure that out, but the main thing is to get a secret room here, it looks like. Ooh, yikes. You started. Bandits steal your money? How dare you? They knock your money out of you when they touch you. I hate it. Oh, it just started the GBA. Gotcha. I think maybe we started the game. I was like, dang. Dope. Wow. That's pretty embarrassing. Like, the goal was to not shoot any of them, to shoot between them, and I did very well. I think this game's difficulty lies in its bonus objectives, which is cool. Nope, I already failed it, didn't I? Yeah. Okay. Has to go this way first. You might be okay. Question mark. Yeah, first try. I didn't realize that it was asymmetrical the first time.
Got this, Marstead. Where? How? Where? First try.
Well, I do have a fairy. Just when it seemed like Lily's adventure was over, the resurrection flower she carried filled her with life and energy. Thanks, resurrection flower. That's where not having beeping got me in trouble. Did not even realize it. It'd be funny if that was an option. I really like the grandpa narration. I feel like this game would be not as good if it didn't have that. It's very charming. Look out. fire I can actually reach. That's what I said this game would be. Not as good without the narration style. It's very Princess Bride. It works for a video game too. It's some unique implications. I liked when we got into the town and the kids were both clamoring for what they wanted the story to be, and I had to pick one, and that changed what happened in the game. It's meant to be how I do that, I guess. You should see The Princess Bride. It's one of the best movies ever made. I love it very much. It's very silly. Let's see. I gotta fire this thing down. Andre the Giant's really good in it. Carrie Elway's really good in it. Mandy Patinkin's really good in it. I forget the actor's name, but Bill Cosby's neighbor, the guy who was the voice of Rex in Toy Story. Inconceivable. Yeah, great. Start game. It's very quotable. Billy Crystal's great in it. I completely forgot about Billy Crystal. This whole section is mostly improv. Apparently the actors really struggle not to laugh during it. Yeah. It's a very, very silly movie. It's not serious at all. Wrote it quite a bit too. Bombs only, maybe? Or can I go over that ledge? Jeez. Do have the Zelda problem of not knowing what's doing the most damage. Probably bombs. Okay, cool. Barely ever use my shield in these games. Some puzzles that require it in like Link's Awakening. You keep using that word, I don't think it means what you think it means. As you wish. Marriage. I quote the Billy Crystal scene quite a bit. To blave, which we all know means to bluff. He's a gambler. Your friend isn't dead, he's only mostly dead. And mostly dead is slightly alive. Penetrated popular culture. Digging it so far. I like long dungeons. Some of the later Zelda games get really, really short dungeons. I personally feel like dungeons are where core series Zelda games shine. Overworld can be fun, there are cool secrets there. And obviously, Breath of the Wild just basically does away with them entirely, and that game works very well. It's apples and oranges, I think. GameCube logo on its back. ×2. Had to do Saw. The first dungeon was really short, the rat one. Let's see what's on the right side. Overworld is the dungeon. Fortunately, it's a puzzle we already know. Just across 2 rooms. Janet's back, Janet's back. Number 9, number 9. Sweet. Teleports are really nice. Give you lots of. Alright, walk by the 8 statues. The sound of water echoed through the room. Somehow she knew that Fairy Clover was near. She heard it. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, shoot! Yikes! An ancient golem, kept awake by old magic, pounded its fists in anger. They did that. It's Binding of Isaac. So it's Zelda plus roguelike plus Smash TV. Oh, this is a bomb boss? That's interesting, if so. Oh no, I gotta shoot it during the... Maybe not. Maybe I can throw bombs in its mouth is also possible. It's a Dodongo. Ah, it's both. Glad I equipped both of them. Make sure you have enough stamina for it, right? I missed it. Stamina come back. How many floating hands bosses have we seen this stream? It's a really good question. We had one in The Messenger. We had one in Bloodstained. No credence. Finite number of mechanics that you can reasonably come up with. Didn't run into one in Crosscode yet. The one Meat Boy boss totally counts as, that's right. The frustrating one. Yeah, full meter. Like awful cinnamon rolls. Yeah, it's true. Shoot. Oh, 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 oh. That was tougher than I thought it was going to be. Meat Boy definitely counts as one. Olmec has floating hands and Spelunky as well. So Journey didn't have it, Don't Starve didn't have it. Crosscode may have had it eventually. Don't interrupt this way, Sleeping King. There's an ingredient for the cure. Did you just get knighted the other day? I thought recruits weren't even supposed to leave the castle. Assist the Knights of the Rose heading to the Boiling Caverns. Old Snapdragon. Just good job. They should be throwing her a party. Tell them, Lily. Sugar-free cake for us old folks, but unfortunately the disciples know they cannot celebrate just yet. Bunch of worrywarts. Boiling Caverns sounds like a dangerous place. Good night, Stargamer. Almost made it through a case of Diet Coke. I'm about to get another one here soon. Probably make it through this game. I gotta make it to my second wind. I think I mentioned I did a test this past Monday where I stayed up for 24 hours. I ended up making it to like hour 32 and then passed out. Turns out it's a lot harder when you're streaming. I'll make it. I've done it before. We did it for the Mario stream a couple years ago. 250 gold. Shit. Handcrafted steel gear. Probably a quest item. Just a 12. I can show you the cans from today. So just I cleaned these up before stream. These are all from today so far. I have a problem. I'm gonna get phenylalanine poisoning. Been doing about 1 can per game, so. Really sure enjoyed snooping around in other people's houses and taking things that didn't belong to her. Oh, that's great. I wonder if you can steal stuff like in Link's Awakening. Like from the shopkeeper. Whoa. I think my brother has gone crazy. Feel free to smash the stupid jar collection. That's pretty great. It's like that room in Ocarina of Time. Presumably only get one shot at it. That protagonist syndrome. This is like Link would orgasm just from walking in this room. Beautiful jars, what have you done? Worth it. No, all my beautiful jars! Thank you, we can finally have furniture like normal people. Oh, that was a fixed number. Okay, yeah. Yeah, he's like not really noticing it until then. Hooray for auto-saving. Auto-saving is the shit, man. I'm troubled by the notion that auto-saving has not been around forever. Or at least since it was feasible to save constantly. Save battery problems, lack of battery problems. Be found guilty to break out of prison. Yeah. So I think that for mini games, I would very much like to see a constant auto-saving paradigm. Safe scumming is basically impossible. Cool secret. The suspend is fine. Quick save doesn't bother me. I don't like saving in different parts of the game. I think the right solution for that is to have a endgame chapter select. Players really want to go back and view a certain scene, but that requires a lot of work. Even then, I would sacrifice the ability to go back and load a sequence that I saved before. In most games. Lawnmower Woman. You know it, game. Especially if you're gonna let me swing the sword while I'm moving. Cutting all the grass. Don't even trip, dog. Entire bandit camp stood between her and the gasping marshes. Bandit huts always have huge stashes of gold. Now I can get in. Jerkwads. Man, you know, I bitch and I moan about the beeping sound from losing hearts in Zelda, but I really need it. Turns out I don't ever look up there. Maybe it's a chicken and egg thing. Maybe I don't look up there because I can rely on the beeping. And a treasure! Murdered all of those bandits. Do you like the "you got the thing" sound effect in this? I like that it was subtle, but the entrance to the first dungeon taught me that those rocks were bombable. I wouldn't have suspected that otherwise. Whoa! Looking for a boomerang right now. It's a neat idea. Time pressure is usually pretty stressful for me in games. So the fact that, you know, the princess can be dangling from the cliff's edge, you can go do all the side quests before you go save her, I think is a necessary abstraction for me to enjoy most games. Not all games. Especially secret time. There's a secret time limit in Deus Ex that freaked me out. Whoops. Yeah. I don't like limited time events. Generally don't like missables. But it's much harder to make a game without missables. As Lily approached the bridge, she knew she was walking into a trap. That's when the bandit leader appeared. You mean the pirate queen? No, the leader was a bandit ninja. Pirate queen. Bandit ninja. Only one of you is correct. Here, this would be fun. Let's do a stream vote. We grab a soda up here. Oh, where's the... Here we go. Pirate Queen. Bandit Ninja. I think that changed the first dungeon. Guarding the bridge was... Okay. So, vote 1 for Pirate Queen, vote 2 for Bandit Ninja. Yeah, the little girl wants a Pirate Queen, the little boy wants a Bandit Ninja. Oops, sorry. Sorry, man. It's full. Twitch have a plugin? I don't know. Forklift races. Oh, I missed the question. Why do I like Shenmue so much? Oh, and talking about missables? Because nothing that's missable in Shenmue matters. Nothing in that game matters. That's what's great about it. That's what makes it so different from other games. Bandit Ninja it is. It's probably pirate music, that's funny. The time limit in Shenmue is like... I think you would have to try to trigger it. Yeah, but it invented QTs. No one had done it before. That's actually why it's called QTs, because that's what they called it in Shenmue. I'm actually interested if they're going to keep it in Shenmue 3, now that the games industry has more or less evolved past that. I do really like this. The kids fight over what's happening in the story, and the grandpa picks one. I don't personally think QTEs are fundamentally bad. In fact, I think QTEs are generally only bad when failing them causes you to simply restart the cutscene until you eventually succeed. The original premise behind QTEs in Shenmue 1 was that when you failed, it changed what would happen. There were a couple that failing it would restart. Most of them where a failure would change the path of the story a little bit. I'm all over that. That's basically what Heavy Rain is based on. Young defeated the bandit leader. Minecraft story mode is a lot of QTEs. I think you can generally assume QTEs in virtually every Shenmue cutscene. Mm-hmm. Shenmue is definitely a much more important game than it is good, and I have a... It's charmingly bad. It's bad in a way that's fun for me instead of irritating, but I don't know if I can project that feeling onto everyone else who would play it. The bad voice acting and just the idea that these people came together and made this game that's about doing almost nothing most of the time was just fantastic to me. If I get a finite number of fairies in the game, that'd be interesting. Yeah, basically booze. I'm moving a field of where I need to be. They do that in, what's the game? Link's Awakening has a bunch of Mario enemies in it. Actually, most of the handheld Zelda games do, even though they're by different developers. Super interesting. Goombas. Piranha plants. Spooky ghosts. Hey, what's up? Swamp guy. Hello, fellow traveler. Put up camp here to brew a batch of mushroom soup. Everyone loves mushroom soup, even the spirits. Surely they will get me. Will you defend me, young knight? Okay. This would not be possible with Link to the Past sword controls. It's actually kind of tough. No! Thank you, young knight. As promised, here's your reward. Oh, sweet. That's magic necklaces. Blesses the wearer with speed and stability over any terrain. Oh, cool. That is convenient. You go up and right, yeah? Is the map just a super zoomed out screenshot? Maybe not. To the right. Maybe I have to go down and right to get over there. Doesn't look like it connects from here. I'll try it. Then up, maybe, if it lets me. Alright, so we got braziers. Do we have any way to light them? Not through that. Can't shoot diagonally. Shooting through those doesn't actually work. Not work either. Ah, there's one. Flaming arrow puzzles I really enjoy. They're kind of similar in a lot of ways to mirror puzzles. I really like mirror puzzles too. Marshes were a great challenge, but Lily bravely made it out alive. Alright, Dodongo's Cave. First level is a forest stage, second level is a fire cave, third level better be an underwater palace. Sense of sulfur welcomed the young knight as she stepped inside the boiling caverns. Some living flames, alright. They're scary looking, but they're basically choo-choos. I actually want the shield for these guys. Let's see. It's not that helpful. It is actually. Let's see. This theme is familiar. Oh, scary. Red, I have to get through that main central door. Okay. So letting me know what my ultimate goal is in here. Smart. Set that up really early, you know. This game's stingy with hearts. I like it. It's actually kind of tricky. See, I felt like the enemy placement, there's like a little bit too many of them, but I think it works because of how fast Lily's sword is. It would not work anywhere near as well if she had to pause like Link to the Past. Well, it has a combo attack. It's my favorite part of it, I think. You 1, 2, 3. The third attack is always a spin attack while you're moving. That's what I was saying. Swords mechanics in this are much different. So this is the song that sounds the most like a Zelda song they managed to do with it. That'd be cool. Ice Rod or something. I feel like the bombs and the bow and arrow are like the two probably most iconic Zelda items. Those are coming this way. Oh no, I got a key, that's right. Definitely need to have the bow and arrow or an equivalent for a lot of puzzle solving. Being able to hit switches and things from a distance is a big deal. Bombs are less necessary for puzzle solving, but you still have the fact that you can place them and then they detonate after a time. There's some puzzles that are only solvable with that. You can get creative from there. Ah. Oh, that's interesting. A different version of the puzzle. I like it. Okay, so it's already wrong. Got it. That one has to go up, because I can't touch any of these colored blocks at all. Problem is the one that's down there, I don't think I can come at it from the left and get it where it needs to go. Yeah, right? And I don't think I can push that one down, right? So I'm missing something. Well, maybe I can do this. Oh no, I can't push it onto this. Fine. Well, I can stand on brown. Okay, that changes things. I bet it's gonna get sword beams later. It doesn't show the sword on here, so maybe this is the highest of the sword. Doot, 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 doot. Of the three we've heard so far, I think this is my favorite dungeon theme, favorite song in the game so far. Just gotta watch that. I forget the name of the YouTuber. The guy with the really big eyebrows and he always looks pissed. Plays the piano. His video game dungeon music. Fire Dungeon always has to have really strong, like, tribal drums. This one doesn't have it, but like a sitar helps a lot too, your fire desert dungeon. Thompson Sitar. The first game I associate Sitar with a fire level is probably Super Mario 64. And then it's in everything after that. Maybe there's an earlier game. Maybe that was the first game that had a decent fidelity sitar sound for a fire stage. It's all been optional so far, which is interesting. Called an ancient demon into our world by mistake. You never put the kingdom in such danger. Why would Crocus do that? Crocus is all focus. So as I start to get more tired, I'm probably going to get quieter. But if you guys have anything you want to talk about going on in the game, or to speak up, still watch the chat. Focusing a lot of my awake energy on the game. A lot of one-way routes. Actually, I like the dungeon design in this so far. It's different from what I was expecting. Across the green? Okay. Also across the brown. Makes sense. Hey, Americans with sleep disorders hype. Something, time traveling witch? The fuck is a Moomba? How did that happen? Because Squall is dead. It's a completely credible true theory. It's not any dumber than any other theory about characters secretly being dead in purgatory or dreaming. Almost always moronic. Like Squall died when Dia spears him through the chest with a giant icicle. The argument for it is reasonable. I mean, it's reasonable in the same way that like the indoctrination theory of Mass Effect 3 is reasonable. The game goes way off the rails after that sequence. It just gets fucking weird. So god, these platforms. What happens in Wild Arms 3? Is it something like this? Oh my god. To wait for them to get into phase? The beginning wasn't so bad. Fine. Okay. Almost. There we go. Instead of lava, it's shifting sands. Oh. Is it the one that made you ill? You told we were talking about that the other day. And by the other day, like months ago. I hate random battles that have... Wait, I can talk. I hate RPGs with random battles that have dungeons. When I hear shifting sands, I tend to think of like the sands dragging you away. So if you misstep, it takes you back to the beginning. I think Final Fantasy V has that. It's a desert level. It's like, just look up a walkthrough so you don't run into the same random battles 70 times. Shit. In a game that's like that where the theory is actually true, but as a designer you obfuscate it, so it just seems like an outlandish theory. Don't know one. Whoops. Penalty for walking in lava is pretty mild right now. Exploding barrels. Whoa. Red skeletons are nasty. Castlevania. This is where I need a beeping heart sound, please, game. I wonder if I can buy more of that. Potion. Well, I haven't heard Epileptic Trees. Why is it called that? What's the trope neighbor? Platform breathing above the sand as well. Platforms are Tetris blocks, and it's a puzzle where you constantly start from the beginning. If they lower, you fall off. Woof. Yikes. Guys kick my ass. Trees reflecting. I think my favorite one now is Tyrion as a time-traveling fetus. Somebody shared that totally unironically on the Game of Thrones subreddit. Song of Ice and Fire subreddit, rather. That one's pretty bad. Oh, this one again. Already failed this one, maybe? Might be okay. Nope, already failed it. This one's tough, shit. That's a fail too. I might possibly clear that bottom right section. I see. Trixie. Neat. Please give me some hearts. Thank you, God. Some last Garmin's canon. There's some pretty good ones. I don't know if someone made a... Oh, Benjen is Dario is also pretty stupid. That one. And Varus is a Merling. Those are the three. Knight of the Rose and a quest for the king. In life I was the high mage of the kingdom, but that was long ago. Draw your sword. I wish to see how today's cure ages past. Oh jeez. Good God. Screw around. Actually can't tell if I'm doing damage because of the fire effects. Whoa. Oh god, there's lava there. I didn't realize the edges of the arena were falling out. Good lord. Place to stand apparently. I'm gonna trigger the fairy here and see what happens. This is a pretty nutty Zelda enemy. Pretty intense, at least. I got somewhere earlier where I was standing somewhere where I could do damage really well. I think I can repeat that, though. I just go burn her down. Probably just gonna die. Let's see what the game over screen looks like. Oh, it's cool. Blocking consumes stamina. Wait, that's not how the story goes. Interesting, what all did I lose? Ooh, I lost the fairy. Interesting. I guess I can always teleport out. That fight's tough because I don't feel like I get a lot of feedback on whether I'm doing damage, successfully blocking, that sort of thing. Some potions from the shop, maybe, if I can find it. You're absolutely right. Word of God. Silver ingot, steel gear, and 20 druid feathers. I have most of those. I have the steel gear and the feathers. I know where I'd get a ingot though. I do like that they make it so trivial to teleport in and out of dungeons. It's one of the first machinima projects. Pretty funny. Started doing real stories though. We're gonna be switching to SteamWorld Dig 2 in about 4 minutes. Might give this boss one more attempt for this healing potion. If I can get that situation where I was like right in front of the boss at exactly the right time again, that would be great. I should be using the... let's try this instead. don't remember where I was standing that time, where I was like right in front of the boss and not taking any hits at all. It was great. Don't think I'm supposed to melee her, but it's pretty slow to do it this way too. I do think that's doing damage. It's hard to tell though. The bloom effects, I can't tell if she's flashing when I hit her or not. Alright, just needed to use the bow and arrow. She's already dead and doesn't know it. Hey, boomerang. Multiple enemies in a single toss. And it uses a comparable amount of energy to the bow and arrow. That's interesting. Alright, that'll be a good stopping point. With the desktop. Okay, we're playing SteamWorld Dig 2 next, followed by Golf Story, and then we're wrapping up with Donut County. I'm gonna take another longish break, 5, 6, 7 minutes or so, just to get another soda, some more snacks, stretch my legs a little bit. We'll see you soon with SteamWorld Dig.